guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a bit of a life update. It's funny because I have still been filming some videos, so it's not like I'm completely out of practice, but I haven't talked to you guys in a very long time. Like a really long time. I know, like, I've been off YouTube for quite some time, and in that time I had a few people ask me for a life update, and then we announced our news that I'm finally pregnant. So that's been a whirlwind. When did we do that? Was that Thursday? I think we did it, and it's Sunday today, and I'm filming this little update for you. I just uploaded Dean's reaction video of when I told him. I feel like a little bit flustered, to be honest. Like I can't wipe the smile off of my face. I'm just literally so happy. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it because I like literally already crying. But I did ask, oh my God, I'm crying literally. I did actually ask you guys just on my Insta to leave me some questions that you wanted in the life update. Oh my God, there's so many already. Okay. Oh my God, you guys have come up with some really cute questions, like really good ones. Like, of course you did. So I do want to start off by saying I have filmed weekly pregnancy updates of symptoms, how I'm feeling, what I'm eating, what I'm not eating, life in general, what is going on. So a lot of these things will probably be repeated in those, but if you watch them, then you watch them. If you just want to watch this video, then, you know. Anyway, it's all connected. Yeah, I will be having those videos. They start from actually 3 weeks pregnant, and I have filmed like weekly updates most weeks. Some weeks I'll join together, but I will be having them out weekly. I know the first one that I filmed, I sat in that chair in the corner of my bedroom, and I am just like a hot mess. Like, I really apologize for it because, like, I just woke up from a nap. I was so out of breath. Being out of breath is a really big symptom that I have had. It's actually crazy how much it takes my breath away to even just talk or get up and move, like walk down the road, like walk a few hundred meters. Yeah, it's not the best video, but I'm just so excited. Yeah, you can see that. But yeah, weekly updates will be coming, so you can keep up to date with my pregnancy journey, and yeah, I'll share a lot with you guys there as well. Diane asks, so happy for you and Dean, when are you due? And there's a lot of questions saying, like, when are you asking me when I'm due? The thing is, I've learned from other people's mistakes. Well, I don't know if you'd really call it a mistake, but a lot of people that I've talked to have actually regretted saying their due date to people. So we are due in the second half of December. That's what I feel comfortable saying. The main reason people have these regrets is because if they go up to their due date or past their due date, they've said, oh my God, we keep getting messages, I keep getting hounded, like, has a baby come yet? And you know what, like, I feel like I don't think I've messaged people, but they've been on my mind when they are due. It's just the natural thing to do. Like, everyone's so excited for this baby, and it's just like, I can just imagine myself, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, well, I'm waiting for it too. Like, when it's here, it's like people asking, are you pregnant? And then it's just like, well, if I was, would you want to find out this way? And when I am and I'm ready, I will tell you. Like, I will announce it, that kind of thing. So yeah, due in the second half of December this year, obviously. And a lot of people will ask me how far along am I? I am currently in my 4th month of pregnancy. So I'm gonna put up like a little picture here. So I'm in my 2nd trimester of pregnancy, and in the 4th month, you are between 14 to 17 weeks. So I'm somewhere in that to be due in the second half of December. Megan Williamson asks, are you finding out the gender of Bub? And I believe that there's another question in there about a gender reveal. I did talk about this in my updates. It's been a constant thing that I've been talking about because we actually did the NIPT test at 10 weeks, which we have the gender We don't know the gender. We gave the envelope to a friend and she has bought the right coloured confetti poppers, so either blue or pink. And the plan was, in a few weeks, to have a gender reveal party. The reason why we've held off so long is because my mum and dad are actually interstate. They're in South Australia, and on the 20th of July they are opening up the borders so that, because if my parents came over and they went back, they would have to self-isolate for 14 days. So after the 20th, if they come over and then go back, they won't have to do that. So we're having the party on the 19th, so then they were gonna go home on the 20th and not have to self-isolate. And Victoria's restrictions when we planned this was that you could have 20 people at your house. They have since, was it last weekend? I think it might have been last weekend. They actually reduced the number to 5 people at your house. So, I really, like, I had been buying balloons and like everything for this gender reveal, and I don't know if it's even gonna happen at this stage. Apparently South Australia are still going to be opening their borders, but Victoria isn't doing very well with COVID. My mother-in-law called me before and she said overnight there were over 40 cases since yesterday, or since the day before. It's mainly people in Melbourne and we are regional Victoria. So our town, we haven't had any for 5 or 6 weeks, which is really frustrating because obviously like we're doing the right thing here, but it's just people having those 20 people over to the house. It is a lot of family transmission and, you know, catch-ups and things like that. It is really frustrating that I still don't know if it's going to happen. And then the thing is, Dean's mum and her husband are going on a 3-week holiday straight after the gender reveal. So if we wanted to have more people over, we'd have to wait even longer by then. And I don't know, like, I mean, for me, it's like, yes, I want to know the gender, but it doesn't really change anything. Like, obviously I want to know so then I can start planning like the nursery, and, you know, I literally haven't bought anything. Like, we will definitely find out, and I do want to do a gender reveal, even if it's just our parents, because there's my mum and dad, Dean's mum and dad, and his mum's husband. So that's 5 people we can have over and just do it and film it. But I did want to do a party. I just wanted to do a celebration because it took a long time for it to happen, and we're just so happy. I'll cry if like every time I say, I'm like, we're just so happy, I just want to cry. But like, just to celebrate with like close friends and family that it did happen, and they're so happy for us as well. And because of COVID, like, no one's really seen each other. I think people have been catching up a bit more now, but like, you know, we've been in isolation for a while, so that was the other reason why I wanted to do it. So anyway, it will happen. I don't know when. And when we do find out, I will of course share it with you guys. I did want to film it and like make a video about it, but I wanted to do like a gender reveal party setup as well. So I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Okay, so have you had any pregnancy cravings yet? I actually haven't. That's a whole nother story about what I've been eating, because it's like you don't know what you want to eat and nothing sounds good, and then you feel sick because you need to eat something because you're hungry, and then you eat something and then you feel sick, and then you don't know what to eat again. Like, it's just a never-ending circle of feeling sick. But I'm doing so much better now that I'm into the 2nd trimester. I will say that I have been like eating normal things now, and yeah, but no real cravings. How many rounds of letrozole did you try, and what cycle days were you taking it? I couldn't tell you how many rounds I tried, probably upwards of 10 to be honest, because we tried with the first specialist and then I tried with the second. This was our 4th round with the 2nd specialist, and I probably did 6 or more with the first one. And when I was first taking it, I think I was taking it, oh geez, I can't even remember. was it day, you take it for 5 days in a row, and I think I might have been taking it cycle day 4 till 9. 4 till 9, is that even right? I think I was taking it from day 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 till 8. Does that even make sense? I don't even know. But then with the new specialist, the first time I went in, I actually had my first appointment on day 5 or 6 of my cycle, and he's like, just start taking it now and we'll do it this cycle. And then the next time they got me to take it from day 3 to 7. How far over the moon of you? And what is the first baby item you purchased? I'm like beyond the moon. I'm at like bloody Jupiter or something. Like, I don't even know where I am. Just like, I mean, obviously we've known about this for a long time, like months. But I'm just like so happy that I can finally be open and honest with you guys and share my news and everything like that. Just cherry on top. What is the first baby item you purchased? The little Dalmatian onesie in Dean's surprise video. That is the first thing that I purchased. I only got that, I think I got it in Feb, and then that video was filmed in April. Have you got names picked out? Because we have been trying for so long, yeah, we do have names picked out. We've been like, obviously like looking more into names like now that, you know, we're further along, but we don't really know what, we don't know what we're having. So, but I don't think that we'll decide until we meet the baby. Like we'll, you know, narrow it down and then pick them out. What else did you do differently the month you conceived? Nothing. That's the biggest farce about the whole thing. Like so many months you try different things, and like, I mean, it's just, it's luck, like literally. I will say that with seeing the specialist, and I mentioned this in the video where I found out I was taking the letrozole, I had a HCG trigger shot, and then I was on the progesterone. I really do think that everything working together did really help me conceive. Do you have any nursery ideas yet? Like, I mean, I do, but I don't know the gender yet. I feel like I want it, because our house is obviously like very gray, white, pink. I feel like I want it to be not like this. I feel like I want it to be almost like kind of gender neutral, with some, you know, beach colored wood, maybe some nice decals which are just kind of gender neutral, like either of animals or leaves or something like that, if that makes sense. Obviously still light and airy, but then if it's a girl, I might go over the top. Who knows? How did your friends and family react? You know what? We had so many people cry. Like, I didn't feel bad, but I'm just like, it shocked me how many people like were just over the moon for us. Like, it just like, it melts my heart. Like I wasn't expecting it, but like a lot of people teared up or, you know, cried, and it was, yeah, it was really, really beautiful. Hi, so pleased about your pregnancy. What happened to your old Caravan? I'm gonna put a photo up of how Madge got taken away. She just ripped apart when we tried to put her on a tow truck once Dean found someone to take her away. For so long, like, we were waiting on the insurance, and that didn't pay out because it was general wear and tear. It wasn't like an accident. They said the frame was rotten, but yeah. So we've got someone to take away, and it's gone now. So happy for you. Did you expect to get pregnant and for the treatments to work out? I always knew that I'd get pregnant. I didn't know how long it was gonna take. I did, obviously, I stopped doing all kinds of treatments and just tried doing nothing, and it didn't work, and it just got to a point where I was just really down about it. So we went and saw a different specialist, and I'm so glad we did. I wish we saw that specialist at the start, because I'm sure that I would have got pregnant soon after we saw them. Like, we wouldn't have had to waste like a year and a half kind of thing. I did expect the treatments to work, because I knew that I had luteal phase defect, which means my period would come too soon, and I had tried so much to lengthen that, and it had a bit, but it was still like around 8 to 10 days, and it needs to be like minimum 10 days kind of thing to get pregnant. And I was always spotting at like 7 days or 8 days past ovulation. So yeah. Anything you regret doing, wish you had done during your TTC journey? I made a whole video about what I wish I knew before TTC, but the main thing is I wish, it's It's really hard. That like there was a few things, but like I wish I didn't see that first specialist. I wish that we looked into it more and asked more people who they saw, and then went and saw a different specialist first, because that first one just took our money, gave us hope, and didn't really listen to my concerns, and it burnt me. Like I didn't want to go back to another one. But yeah, I can't change anything about what happened. What were your first symptoms? I'm going to do a whole video about symptoms versus a normal cycle and my positive cycle. The main ones that stood out to me is that I had really bad mood swings. Like I would just snap. One night before I got a positive, that I was sleeping in tan, but I think I had it on quite a bit during the day, and then I was sleeping in it, and it was like 3 a.m. I had insomnia, which I often have, and all I could smell was tan, and it built up this rage inside of me, and I went and had a shower because I just couldn't sleep, and I was furious, like seething. It was so bizarre. And I went and had a shower at 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, I think I was even crying about it. So weird. But that was a big giveaway. How are you feeling? Congratulations on the best news. I am feeling really good. I will say that I still do have a little bit of, I guess, morning sickness. I suffered a lot from like all day sickness, not just morning sickness, all day. So I'm feeling good, but I am really quite tired. I feel like I'm more tired now, and I'm sleeping more now than I did in my first trimester, which I don't know. I thought it was kind of going to be the other way around, but I'm feeling really, really good. Thank you. What do you feel like the gender is? Well, I will say for the longest time, I felt like it was a boy. Like I just felt a little boy's soul around me. I know I mentioned that in one of my videos, but I just like really felt like it was a boy. I have had 2 separate psychics tell me that I'm gonna have a girl first. So I don't know. Like, I mean, I know it's a psychic, like they don't really mean anything. But like, I don't know. I literally don't know. And we have had so many people tell us, oh, I think it's a girl. And not that they know anything, they're just guessing. I literally don't know. It will be a very big surprise. Can you do a gender myth video where you do all of those all those old wives' tale gender tests? I do want to do one of those. I've been meaning to. We might do it next weekend because it's not meant to be a good weather weekend, like it's raining. So Dean and I can stay inside and do it. I'll have to get everything ready for it this week. And I want to get one of those gender reveal tests from like the chemist or whatever as well. But yes, I definitely do want to do one of those. Now that you're pregnant, yay, are you nervous about anything, e.g. birth? I don't think that I'm even nervous. Like, I am so much more laid back than what I thought I would be. It's actually crazy. I was even saying to my mother-in-law, like she was talking about, you know, getting stuff for us, and like she showed me this like $400 nappy bag that she wants to get for us, and I'm like, I literally don't care about the stuff. Like, we don't need the expensive stuff. Like this, because I cried when I had this conversation with her, and I just said, I'm just so grateful that it's happened and we've waited so long that the stuff doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter. Like, I could just go out and get all secondhand stuff and it wouldn't even matter. And she's like, oh, but you need a new pram and a new cot. And just like, I don't care. Like, go get me the cheapest of all things. Like, I really don't care. Like, I'm just so grateful that we're finally in this position, if that makes sense. Like, and then I just said, I'm just really so laid back about this. Like, I don't care like about anything. So being nervous, like, I mean, I've probably not processed the fact about it, but even when I think about giving birth, I'm just like, it'll just happen, it'll just take care of itself. Like, it is what it is. Like, I feel like I've done the hard yards to get to this point, and now all I can see is the light at the end of the tunnel. yeah, I need a new memory card. Hopefully that answers that question. I do have my gestational diabetes test coming up this Tuesday, and I am a little bit nervous about it, but the only reason why I'm nervous is because I've heard some really bad things. My friend actually told me, because if you didn't know, the gestational diabetes test is that you go in the morning after fasting for 12 hours, and then they take your blood, and then you have to drink this sugar drink, and apparently it tastes really bad. And then you have to have your blood taken another 2 more times, and in that time you can't throw it up. If you throw it up, you have to come back and do it again. You have to stay there for 2 hours while this test is happening. And my friend told me that she threw up in her mouth and swallowed it, and then she just had her final bloods taken. She's like, where's the toilet? And she couldn't, and she just vomited everywhere, like. But I will say, like, my morning sickness is nearly past, like it's pretty much gone. I am a bit worried about that though, if I do feel sick because I haven't eaten. So usually I feel a bit sick if I haven't eaten, and my veins can be really hard to find. Like, I've had to go to different clinics because that person can't get my vein, like can't find it. So yeah. What's your biggest advice for someone trying to get their cycle back? Like, I mean, you can try diets and lifestyle changes and everything as much as you like go for it. But I mean, for me, like, nothing worked. So I did have a regular cycle, but it was not perfect, like it was not right. As I mentioned before, I had luteal phase defect. If I was trying to get my cycle back on track, I would definitely do basal body temperature charting. Use an app called Fertility Friend. Make sure you're using a fertility thermometer so that you can see the differences. And you just take your temperature every morning. Some people say, oh, it's too stressful, but you just get used to it. It was actually like kind of hard to stop. So track your cycle to know when you ovulate, and you know, if you need help in certain areas, and then you can try lifestyle and diet and whatever. See a naturopath, do whatever you want, but ultimately if it doesn't, like, I know some people have like 100-day cycles and whatnot. Some people do need medication to help and improve their cycles, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, don't think that there's a certain answer for one person or a certain answer for everyone. There's no blanket answer. Everyone's body is different. No one can tell you how your body works. The best that you can do is to see a specialist regarding that. That's my advice, I guess. Are you going to try for another baby straight away when you can, or wait? I think considering this took so long, we'll probably be trying as soon as we can. In saying that, obviously I've never had a baby, so I don't know how that baby is going to be. It might be more demanding, where I feel like I'm not ready to have another one yet. We'll just have to see what happens, and obviously see when my cycle returns after having the baby as well. Morning sickness I had for 9 months. 9 months! Oh, you poor thing. I have heard of people having morning sickness the whole way through. As I mentioned, mine's pretty much easing off, thankfully. How have your moods changed since discovering you were pregnant? I talked about this recently in a weekly update video, but as you guys know, I was really suffering with anxiety and depression while TTC. It was just blow after blow every month. Like, it just got me so down, and like, I mean, I got through it. I probably, like, I was quite stubborn, and I didn't want to take any form of medication to help me through that really difficult time. But like, I got through it, and since finding out that I've been pregnant, yeah, I've had a few mood swings, but my depression, my anxiety, gone. Like, I'm just so happy, and I like feel like me again, kind of thing, apart from when I was sick a lot in the first trimester. But like, I feel so good. Even Dean and I were talking about it the other day, and he, you know, commented that it's been good. Why? I just have to go help Dean do something in the garden. Is baby all healthy and everything going well so far? Yes, so we did the NIPT test, which is I find this really fascinating, but it's a test. Sorry, I'm out of breath. It's a test that they do at 10 weeks, and from 10 weeks the baby is actually shedding its own skin cells, and they can pick up all of the chromosomes in your own blood. So that's what they can do to check the chromosomes, make sure they're all there and there's the right amount of numbers and everything, and also tell the gender. So we did that. Now it did cost around $400, and it's a blood and urine test. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. All I did is like walk around the house. And then we have had our 13-week scan, which I thought it was like a 12-week scan. But when I went to book it in, they're like, no, we do it from 13 weeks. So we've had that and everything came back fine with that. The only thing to note is that I have an anterior placenta, which is meaning that the placenta is at the front. I believe that there can be some complications maybe further down the line in pregnancy, but basically for me it just means that I might not be able to feel my baby's movements as soon as I might feel if I didn't have an anterior placenta, if I had the opposite. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, everything is growing so far. Even at the scan, I think the baby was measuring like a couple of days ahead, but everything looks healthy, and yeah, oh, so happy. How are Penny and Coco going? Best friends yet? No, they still, like, Coco and her still have like boxing matches. By them having boxing matches, I mean Coco boxes Penny, like but I did actually get a clip of them on the couch the other night with us, and sometimes they will both come on the couch and they're kind of like coexisting, but for me that's just like a dream come true when like we're all on the couch having family time, watching TV, and the girls are asleep, and like, oh, it just melts my heart. But day to day, like, Coco doesn't like Penny. Penny likes to try and play with Coco, and I don't know how, like, Coco kind of, I don't know, she like plays along, but like she's pissed, if that makes sense. Like she doesn't like it, but she would just like, she doesn't run away, like she stands her ground. Tips on how to keep a house clean. You know what is so funny is when I first fell pregnant, like I literally was so sick from like 6 weeks. I didn't clean the house for like a month because I was so sick. It was a pigsty. Like, I don't even know why Dean didn't vacuum. Like, literally, it was so disgusting. And there was just like, it was not good. So now that I'm feeling better, like, I don't know, I've still been like a bit tired and lazy, but I guess my tip would be to put things away. I don't follow this myself, but put things away once you're done with them, or have a home for everything. Make sure you've got enough storage. And you know what? Actually clean out your cupboards more often, because there's so much stuff that you actually don't use or don't need and that you hang on to for absolutely no reason. Meaning you can clear it out and have more room in your cupboards for the things you do need. Did you film taking tests every month in case they were positive? Yeah, you have no idea. Like, I mean, obviously in the TTC series, you saw me taking pregnancy tests. I didn't show all of them. at all. I showed quite a lot, but I stopped filming that series. I filmed like a little bit when we started to see the new specialist, but after a few months, like after a few cycles, I just stopped filming because like I was so sick of seeing the same result of a negative test every month after month. It wasn't very entertaining either, like it was just depressing. So I just stopped filming. So I don't even have, and then I think I like stupidly deleted the footage because I'm just like, oh no, you know. So I think the last footage that I have was maybe from like July last year. Even then I was filming negative pregnancy tests every month that we were like trying. Like I was still filming them and I would just delete them when I would know that they would be negative. So that is probably like, I don't know, the 30th or 40th video that I actually filmed, even more maybe, like, because I would film like multiple days in a row. Do you have an idea of what sort of birth plan you would like? I think I've always said this, but I'm always like, give me the drugs. Like I am not good with pain at all, like by any means. I know that I'm not. And for everyone, like everyone's just like, I just want this to be smooth and for nothing to go wrong, and you just never know. People can have a birth plan down to the exact minute and everything just goes out the window if something goes wrong. So it is something that I haven't even talked to a medical professional about yet. So I don't even know the full options. As far as I'm concerned right now, I just want to go to the hospital, have an epidural, and have the baby. That's all I'm considering right now. And I know that I haven't done any research, so please take that into account, but I'm not up to that stage in my pregnancy where I've had a talk with a medical professional about it. And it doesn't matter, like it doesn't make you any of a lesser person for having the drugs or not. Like either way, you still give birth, and that's a beautiful thing. We all need to remember that and not put so much pressure. Everyone does things differently, and however the baby comes out, it comes out, and hopefully it's healthy. Yeah. Can we send you some baby gifts? I actually had one of you guys, Deanna, message me yesterday, and she wants to crochet the baby a blanket, and oh my god, I could cry like talking about it. So sweet. She's actually sent me or Dean and myself a little package before, all the way from the US, and she's so sweet. But if you, I guess if you do, like, I mean, we don't need any gifts, but I don't know, if you feel like you really want to, I guess send me a DM on Instagram, because I do have a PO box. I guess I can just put the PO box on in the info if you're wanting to send anything, but please don't feel like you have to. It's like, please don't feel like you have to. This baby is already so loved. Oh, I'm just so happy. But anyway, can you do a nursery tour? I will definitely do one when we put it all together. I feel like I want to do kind of like a two-part series, like a putting the nursery together and then a nursery tour of like everything in there, like going through drawers and cupboards and things like that and explaining more. Whereas like when we filmed like this video of this room makeover, it was literally just putting everything into place. And I like seeing both kind of things, if that makes sense. Will you start catching up with the Contes again? Probably not. Like, to be honest, that channel at the end took me to a really dark place, and I don't want to get there again. Like, I felt so much pressure and I was not happy doing it. Yeah, like, I mean, I put pressure on myself as well, and I committed to trying to vlog like every day, and it wasn't working for me, because sometimes I'd have good days and sometimes I wouldn't have good days. And yeah, I don't know, like I'm not gonna say never say never kind of thing, but don't hold your breath. No question, but I just wanted to say your skin looks amazing. Thank you. I have gone through some ups and downs. You will see them in my update video probably, but like, I mean, last week it was really bad, and then this week, like, I mean, obviously I've got full coverage foundation on, but this week it's like clearing up. I don't know what it is, like it just goes up and down. I don't know. I thought it was dairy affecting it for a while, but then I was still having dairy because for a while all I could eat was like crunchy nut cornflakes for breakfast, and I was still having them, and then it cleared up. And my diet is not good, let me just tell you that. I will say my diet isn't good because I was so affected by smells that smelling anything, I could vomit thinking about it. Smelling anything, especially anything cooking in the kitchen, made me sick. And so we had to eat takeout, or Dean's mum was really kind and either had us over for dinner or would cook food for us. But I couldn't cook. I could not use that kitchen unless it was for cereal. It was bad. How old is Penny? She is cute, and congratulations, thank you. She turned 1 in April, and it's nearly July, so we've had her just over a year now, and it's crazy like looking back at the little puppy photos, and she was so small and cute when we got her. Like, I mean, she's still so cute. I freaking love that dog, but it's nice seeing her grow from, like, she's still a puppy, like, don't get me wrong, but into a better behaved dog. And even now, like, so long I would play fetch with her and I would have to have 2 toys. So I'd throw one and then she'd bring it back, but then I'd hold up the next one so that she would drop it. And now she's even, when I say drop, she drops the toy. Like, just like something little like that, I can just see an improvement in her, and it just makes me really proud because she's not a dumb dog. She knows. She's very, very cheeky. She's the cheekiest dog I've ever known. I will tell you a little story. When we're not here, she likes to get on the couch. She's only allowed on the couch when we invite her up, sometimes at night or sometimes in the day if I can't deal with her and I just want a nap. And one night the other week we went out to get dinner, came home, and she usually greets us at the door, and she didn't greet us at the door. Walked in and she was like on her bed and she just had her long neck up like, oh, I'm so tired. I'll show you the photo. And I felt the couch and it was warm. So she'd heard us roll up, jumped off the couch, jumped off onto her bed, pretended she was on her bed and stayed on it. She was on the couch the whole time. She's so cheeky. Anyway, she's so cheeky. What type of parents do you think you'll be? Strict, chill, etc. I am, even with Penny, I'm pretty strict. So I'm gonna say I will be a stern mum, because even when she was a puppy, I was quite stern, and I bet it'll be Dean will be the good cop and I'll be the bad cop. I bet. Like, no, like, you're just like, Dad's home, like, yay, he'll let us do whatever we want. And then I'll be like the bitch because I just want them to be well behaved. Who knows though? I feel like it just changes when the baby comes. I don't know, but I'm not about, like, I want the baby to be quite adaptable as well. Like, I want it to be able to go and sleep over at grandma's and things like that. Like, I don't want it to only be able to sleep in its own bed, if that makes sense. So I want to be able to take it places and, you know, all the time not worry about it being upset or, yeah. So we've already planned our first trip away. We're going away in March. So the baby will be like 3 months old, I think, if it comes on its due date. I don't know, but around about 3 months old. We are going to a caravan park. We're staying in a cabin, but we'll be taking Penny, and that makes me really happy that we've already planned our first trip away and the baby is so young. It'll probably be a nightmare. I'm okay with that, but at least we'll be trying. I just want to be able to, you know, travel and not stop living because you have a baby, if that makes sense. What work have you been doing over the last few months? Growing a baby, literally. What kind of foods have you been eating during your pregnancy? Look, I will say, as I said before, my diet has not been good at all. In saying that, I've only put on 2 kilos since I found out that I'm pregnant, but for a while I wasn't eating. I feel like I wasn't probably eating enough. But the one thing that I can eat no matter what that won't make me sick, that I can stomach, which isn't so much of a big deal now, is McDonald's nuggets and chips. I think because I don't eat them with a sauce, so they're quite plain, and yeah, that's the only thing. And we have like a Macca's really close to us. How do you feel now about posting about pregnancy after it hurts seeing it from others? This is I feel like I want to make a whole video on this about like being pregnant after infertility, but you know, like I feel like obviously my heart goes out to anyone struggling with infertility, and I've had so many people comment saying that this gives them hope. I feel like I've definitely paid my dues, and I've said this to like a few friends, even though like it took, you know, nearly 2.5 years, I feel like I did something good by sharing my journey with you guys and with other people. Like I feel like that opened up a lot of people's eyes to something that they might not have gone through, and it also gives people going through it something to relate to, because I know how isolating it can feel, and I will never forget how I felt in that time. Like I will never, like I literally, like, I don't know, there's something that I feel like people with infertility have like some kind of bond. I don't know if you guys feel the same, those who are going through it, but I definitely do. That's how I feel. And whenever I would see someone that I knew or has shared their journey that they were struggling with infertility, like my heart just burst for them. I was just so happy for them. It is a very weird feeling getting pregnant and sharing all of this with you after my struggles, but I know so many of you are so happy for us. One thing that I do, something that really sticks out to me, is in a video I talked about, you know, like obviously being affected by seeing other people's announcement. And the thing is, if you saw like in threads or, you know, groups of people being infertile, of infertility, you would see like, I went off social media. I don't have Facebook anymore, because you would see like constant posts of people saying like, went on Facebook, saw 5 pregnancy announcements, now I'm triggered. And it's just like, you won't understand that until you've actually been through it. But like, where was I even going with this? But I remember talking about that openly in a video, and I can't remember who actually said it, but someone said, when it is your time, take it. You deserve it, and you deserve to enjoy it. So do that, and don't feel guilty about it. And I just remember that person saying that, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have my moment. Like, it's my moment. And, you know, whether that, like everyone else gets a moment, so I'm gonna take mine, and I'm gonna have it, and I'm gonna be happy, and I'm gonna be proud, and I am gonna share it. As I said, I don't have like a personal Facebook anymore. I just have my Instagram, and that is definitely something that I wanted to share on there, and I have the right to share it as well. Like, I was just messaging someone before who, an influencer, who was going through this, and she actually sent me a DM to say congrats, and I said, look, I'm really sorry if it upset you in any way. And she's like, no, I'm so happy for you. And that's what I mean about like that special bond of people that have gone through this, we share with each other. I don't really know how to explain it, but if you've been through it, you know. And there's just something so beautiful about someone who has gone through that much pain to finally get to the point that they can, you know, share the news that they are expecting. Oh, did you film telling your parents over FaceTime? I did, but there's no audio. And I only had my mum, so you can't even like really tell. But I did film it. But anyway, I should have like put up a camera or had Dean hold a camera. But anyway, I'm gonna stop this here because this is a really long video. But I just want to say Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being so lovely and so kind and so sweet and being happy for us. I just feel like I'm on cloud nine. Like, I can't wait to share this journey with you guys and keep you updated and upload regularly, and I feel good again. For the longest time, I just wanted to get pregnant and then make pregnancy related videos, and don't get me wrong, there are going to be a lot of pregnancy related videos because I make videos about my life, and I've been waiting so long to make these videos that I am going to make them. But hopefully, like, I can still have some other kind of content as well, but I don't really know like what. I don't know the future of this channel. Like, I still want to do vlogs and things like that as well, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!